gas up the Jeep, it's good to be free. Load up the pans and fishing poles. The highway is long, the wheels turning round. Pack up the cook stove and the bowls. Arlo and I, we hit the open road. Arlo and I are on the road.
Arlo and I are out and about again today, and we're up here in the cool, beautiful pines of northern Arizona, and Arlo's enjoying the view as usual. Arlo and I were out and about earlier, and I noticed that all of the wild violets are in bloom, and in the area I was at, they were all white violets, and I thought that I wanted to make some violet sugar, which is great for using to make like sugar cookies, or it's great in drinks and cocktails and violet lemonade, wonderful things like that. So I thought that I would go to a place that I know of that has a whole bunch of wild purple violets, because it's going to have a nice purple color. So that's where we're headed today. So we're just going to take a little drive here, and we're going to go find some nice purple violets, and we're going to collect those and just enjoy this day. Right, Arlo? Yeah. Now this pretty little wildflower here is called lemon star, and you can see this real grass-like stem and leaves here. It grows only here in Arizona, and it likes the shade of these ponderosa pines, and I'm sitting under a small ponderosa pine right here, and this whole actually side of this hill, this whole grouping of these flowers here are under these ponderosa pines, and actually a bunch of fir trees up behind. But I was driving by and I saw the yellow on the side of this hill, and I came over to check them out, and like I said, you can tell that it's a lemon star by these grass-like leaves and stem, these clusters of yellow flowers with the 6 petals. Very, very pretty flower, and I'm happy to see these here. But you can see this little hillside here is just covered with them here. Look at that. So Arlo and I are heading out to this little washed out gully area where I know has some beautiful purple or violets, and I'm going to use those to make some violet sugar. I have my little mason jar, and I'm going to fill that up, and then we'll take it back to the cabin, where we will use a mortar and pestle, and we will grind up the violets in with the sugar, and then we'll have some really nice and fragrant violet sugar. This is also a great place for some nice white king bolete mushrooms. So later in the summer, when the monsoons start, I will make my way to this same spot here, where we will find lots of beautiful white king boletes out here. The bolete barrowsii, Barrow's bolete, I find a ton of them out here. But here, I'm at this point right here where I'm starting to see a whole lot of these purple violets. Look at that. There they are. Look at that. Beautiful flower. And very fragrant, which is why it's a great flower to make violet sugar. And obviously they are edible. And they taste good, and they have a nice little sweetness to them. And the leaves of the violet are also edible, and I think are a very underutilized salad green, because it's delicate, light, and very tasty, and hardly anybody ever gathers it. And it's all over the place. There's tons of it, and it just tastes really good. So who knows? I might, as well as get some of these violet blossoms, I might grab a few of the leaves too to throw in a salad later. Now it's actually surprisingly moist out here still, even though it's been very dry. This is an area where water comes through, and it's actually very moist on the ground here. But there are a lot of these beautiful violets. Arlo found a big bone over there. What do you got? You got a big bone? What'd you find? You found a big bone. Alright, so here we have some beautiful violets. And look at that beautiful color there. That is amazing. And you can tell it's a violet. I mean, everyone knows what a violet looks like, I think, but it has 5 petals. You can see those there. 4 of them on the top are in pairs, these right here, and then they have one long petal that kind of hangs down on the bottom. Yeah. And they also have these heart-shaped leaves, which are very distinctive, and they have this sort of jagged edge on there. You can see that. But I'm collecting all these beautiful flowers here. Now, another thing that you can do, if you really want to be super fancy, is you can candy these flowers whole, sugar them whole, and all you need to do is take them and you dip them in egg whites, and then dip them in sugar, and then put them on either a piece of wax paper or on a rack, and let them dry, and they'll last for a long time once they're dry, and they'll have the same color and the perfect shape of the violet. And those are nice to put on cookies or cakes or things like that. But that's another delicious thing you can do. But we're just going to make a simple violet sugar. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these, and then when I get them home, I'm going to crush them in with sugar in a mortar and pestle. And it's going to make a nice, beautiful purple violet colored sugar. And that as well can be used for baking. It can be used for on cookies. Maybe I'll make some violet sugar cookies. Those will be pretty. It's also great as a sweetener in drinks, beverages, things like that, and cakes, things like that. So really delicious plant, and beautiful flowers. But like I said, not only are the purple violets blooming right now, but also these white violets. Look at that. Same shape flower. Same shape leaves, but they're just white instead of purple, and those are edible and delicious too. I'm mainly collecting the purple ones today because I just want the color of that in the sugar, but if I can't find enough of the purple ones, although there's a lot of them around here, I will get some of the white ones too. But the nice thing about violet blossoms is they're very sweet, but they're very fragrant, and that's what really adds that that essence of violet that's so desirable, like in candy making and in pastry making and things like that. So in cookies. But I'm just going to kind of scrounge around here and gather as many of these violets as I can. And Arlo is off running around. I think he's running around with that big bone in his mouth, and we'll see what he's doing in a second here. But I'm going to collect a few more of these flowers. You helping me? Yeah. Alright, so we're taking a little break from our violet picking. Arlo's enjoying the day. Hey Arlo, there you are. Hey buddy. Yeah, yeah, you're a good boy, yeah. That's a good boy, yeah. We finding some violets? Yeah. Well, it's just been a beautiful day today. It sure is nice to be up north here. The weather just speaks for itself. It's just so nice and cool. It's been the 70s all day. It's been so nice. Yeah, that's a good boy. Yeah. Well, we're just going to collect a few more of these violet flowers so I can have enough to make our violet sugar. I don't need a ton. I'll just make a small, maybe make a small batch of sugar cookies or something like that, just so that we can use it. So I don't need a ton of them, but there are a lot of them around here. It's just time consuming, you know, to go around and pick them all. But such a beautiful day, who cares, right? Right, Arlo? What do you think? Yeah, that's a good boy. Should we pick some more flowers? Should we? Yeah, let's get some more flowers. Alright, let's finish our harvesting here, and we'll call it a day. Head back to the cabin and get something for dinner. Yeah, I know, you're hungry, right? Well, I think that's it. It's getting late in the day, and I want to head back. But I think that's enough for our little project. I don't want to get too greedy, and I want to save some of the purple blossoms for the bees. That's always important. I was kind of like going around picking them here and there. There are more out there, but I really, like I said, I want to leave some for the bees. But I don't need a lot for what I'm going to do. I'm thinking maybe I'll just make some sugar cookies with these, and you know, I'll just make like 2 or 3 sugar cookies just for a video, and then there should be plenty for that. So let's get Arlo in the Jeep and let's head back. All right, so I'm back in the kitchen here, and I have my wild violets that I just collected out in the forest. And what I'm going to make today is just a simple wild violet sugar. Really, it's an easy process. We're just going to put the violets in the mortar and pestle here with some sugar. We're going to grind it up. It's going to make a nice, beautiful, fragrant purple sugar. Then we're going to spread that out and let that dry a little bit, and then we can use it for anything that we want to use it for. I think I'm going to make some simple shortbread or sugar cookies. I think something like that. So let's get started. Okay, we're going to take our violet blossoms. This is about a half a cup of violets, and then this is about a half a cup. Well, it is a half a cup of sugar. I'm going to put a little bit in there to start with, and then we're just going to start to grind these up. Add some more sugar. It's already starting to take on that beautiful purple color. And there's a lot of moisture in those flowers, which is why when we sip this, we're going to let it dry out, because this is really making a real wet mixture here. Similar to brown sugar. Look at the beautiful purple color of that. Okay, we're going to take this and we're going to put it into our strainer here. And I'm going to try to get it through here. All right, now we're going to just spread this sugar out here to dry, and then we'll be ready to make our cookies. All right, so I'm back. I dried out my violet sugar here. Now, I did it backwards. Now, you should just put the sugar and the violet flowers in the mortar and pestle, and then let it dry, and then put it through the strainer after it's been dried, because I had to put it through the strainer again anyway, so that I could get the clumps out and all that. So anyway, do it the other way around. Anyway, now we have all our ingredients together. We have our softened butter, we have our flour and our sugar, and we're going to put our cookies together. Alright, so now we're going to make our cookie dough. So I have our softened butter here. I have 1/3 of a cup of our violet sugar, and I save the rest right here to sprinkle on top of the cookies. And then I have a cup of all-purpose flour. So the first thing we're going to do is take our sugar and mix it, cream it with our butter. Okay, you can see that the butter and the sugar are all incorporated, and the butter is taking on that nice light purple color there. So now we're going to add our flour. Get that all mixed together. Okay, and get all this together in a ball. Okay. Now I'm just going to make little cookies and put them on our tray here. I did butter this cookie sheet here. Okay, I'm just going to do a few here. I'm just going to flatten them down just a little bit so that I can sprinkle them with some of our violet sugar here. So I'll put some of that on top of them as well. All right, so we have our cookies here ready to go in the oven. I have the oven set at 325, and I actually put this tray of cookies up in the freezer for a little bit so that they would firm up just a little bit, so that they're not going to get spread out too much since I just made the dough. So we just need to pop them in the oven. All right, so there are my violet sugar cookies. They were in the oven for about, I don't know, 15 minutes, I think, at 325. And like I said, they're just a real simple, shortbread sugar cookie. I just wanted something really simple so that the violet sugar would come through. So let's see, let's try this out. Oh, they're good, nice. They're light but crispy, very buttery. Has a light, very light violet color on top, but you know, maybe there's a very slight floral violet flavor here, but mostly I taste the butter and the sugar. But, they're really good though. Those are really good. The cookies are good. Nice, like I said, nice and crisp. And real buttery. Nice shortbread cookie. Would be great with my tea or coffee in the morning. Now, the violet sugar, it maybe comes through very lightly. Maybe I could have used more violets and less sugar when I made the violet sugar, but it did come out a nice, beautiful purple color. But this would be great for lots of different things. I think it would be great sweetener, say for maybe homemade lemonade. Violet lemonade sounds really good to me. Maybe just sweetener for your tea. But definitely pastries and cookies and things like that probably is where it's going to shine the most. When I taste the sugar by itself, it definitely has a violet type flavor, so a floral flavor, and it does have a beautiful color. So whatever you use it for, I would think that you want to make sure that it's something really, really light, so it doesn't overpower the violet sugar. These cookies are good. I don't eat a lot of sweets. I don't eat much sugar at all, but these are delicious. I love that combination of butter and sugar. Well, anyway, it's springtime. Get out there in the woods and you'll see violets everywhere. And make something fun. Violet sugar is just probably one of the things that you can do with it. If I felt like it, I would have candied some of the whole flowers. I could put a little candied violet on top of each cookie, but hey, you know what? They're pretty good as is. Also, when you're collecting the violet flowers, the violet leaves are also delicious. They're a great crisp, light salad green, so use those with a nice light vinaigrette. It'd be perfect. Hey, maybe that's another video. But if you like this one, please like, please subscribe. It always helps us a lot, and we'll see you in the next one.
Load up the pans and fishing poles. Arlo and I, we hit the open road.
Maybe I'll sprinkle
Arlo and I on the road.
purple sugar on top. This is what I would do. I guess if I were serving them to guests, I would sprinkle them more with the sugar so that the purple comes out a lot more. I don't know if you can see that on there. It's really, really light.